Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American history, the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a mint mark. This isn't just any penny, it's a coin that has captured the hearts of collectors around the world because of its unique story, rarity, and some incredible minting errors that can send its value soaring. So listen closely, because this might just be the hidden gem in your collection you've been waiting to discover. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny comes from a time when the world was just emerging from the shadows of World War II. Pennies from this era are treasured because they represent a pivotal moment in American history. But what really makes the 1945 penny stand out are the mint marks, those tiny letters stamped on the coin indicating where it was minted, usually a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. Collectors know that coins with these mint marks, especially in excellent condition, can be significantly more valuable than their no-mint mark counterparts. Now, let's talk about what truly excites coin collectors: errors and anomalies. One of the most sought-after mistakes on the 1945 penny is the double die error. This error occurs during the minting process when the coin's design is struck twice, slightly off alignment, creating a shadow effect on the numbers or letters. On the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny, this doubling is often seen around the date and the inscriptions, and it gives the coin an intriguing visual twist that collectors absolutely love. Another fascinating error to look out for is the off-center strike. Sometimes, during minting, the coin's design isn't perfectly centered, resulting in part of the image being cut off. These off-center pennies are rare and highly collectible because no two are exactly alike. They give each coin a one-of-a-kind personality that makes it especially desirable. How do you identify these valuable errors? Grab a magnifying glass or loupe and carefully inspect your penny. Look for doubled edges or numbers, shadows around the date, or a noticeably off-center design. Condition plays a huge role too. Coins that have been well preserved, with crisp details and minimal wear, will command much higher prices in the market. Speaking of value, some 1945 Lincoln Wheat pennies with mint marks and rare errors have recently made headlines at auctions, fetching jaw-dropping prices. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay top dollar for these coins because they combine historical significance with rarity and unique minting quirks. These impressive sales highlight how important it is to carefully examine your collection. You might just hold a treasure worth far more than you imagined. If you have one of these 1945 pennies, or any rare Lincoln Wheat penny, take a closer look and share your findings in the comments below. Have you spotted any interesting mint marks or errors in your stash? We'd love to hear your stories and help you figure out the potential value of your coins. Today, we're uncovering the secrets behind one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics, the 1942 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a mint mark. This tiny piece of copper might look ordinary at first glance, but trust me, it holds a story that every coin lover will want to hear. So grab your magnifying glass, because this video could change how you look at pennies forever. The year 1942 was a pivotal time in U.S. history, right in the middle of World War II. The Lincoln Wheat Penny from this year carries a lot of weight, not just historically but also in terms of its rarity and collector value. What makes the 1942 penny with a mint mark so special? First off, the mint mark itself, usually a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco, marks where the coin was produced and immediately impacts its rarity and worth. Now, here's where it gets exciting for collectors. The 1942 Lincoln Wheat Penny is famous for several minting anomalies that can drastically increase its value. One key error to watch for is the double die variety. This error happens when the coin's design is struck twice during the minting process but slightly misaligned, causing letters or numbers, especially the date and the word Liberty, to appear doubled or shadowed. These double die pennies are like numismatic gold because each one is unique and much harder to find in excellent condition. Another rare feature to look for is the off-center strike error. Sometimes, the coin's image is struck off to one side, leaving part of the design missing and creating a dramatic visual effect. These off-center strikes are prized because they're naturally rare and make every coin stand out with its own distinct personality. To identify these valuable errors, take a close look under good lighting with a magnifying glass. Focus on the date, the word Liberty, and the mint mark itself. Check for any doubling or shadowing, and see if the design is centered perfectly or shifted. Coins in better condition, those with sharp details and minimal wear, are naturally more valuable. Collectors often assess a coin's worth based on its rarity, condition, and the presence of these special errors. And when it comes to the 1942 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a mint mark, the market has seen some eye-opening auction results. Recently, examples with rare errors and exceptional preservation have sold for prices that make any collector's heart race, reflecting the high demand and growing appreciation for these historical treasures. If you happen to have a 1942 Lincoln Wheat Penny, take a closer look and let us know in the comments if you've spotted any unusual marks or features. Maybe you've even sold or found one with an interesting error. Share your story. We love hearing about your finds and helping each other learn more about these incredible coins. Make sure to hit the like button if you found this video insightful, subscribe for more deep dives into rare coins, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a chance to discover something amazing in your own collection. Today, we're diving into the captivating story of the United States 1-cent Lincoln Wheat Penny from 1943, specifically those with a mint mark. If you think a penny is just a penny, think again, because this particular coin has some fascinating secrets that make it highly sought after by collectors worldwide. So, pay close attention as we explore what makes the 1943 Lincoln Wheat Penny so rare, what errors to look for, and why it can command a jaw-dropping price at auction. First, a little historical background. The year 1943 was right in the heart of World War II, and this had a major impact on how coins were minted in the United States. Due to a shortage of copper, because it was needed for the war effort, the U.S. Mint switched to producing pennies made out of steel coated with zinc. This was a unique change, and it means that the 1943 pennies are instantly recognizable by their silvery color, unlike the usual copper pennies from other years. Now, here's where the story gets really interesting for collectors. The 1943 penny with a mint mark from the Denver or San Francisco mints can be extremely valuable, especially if it shows specific minting errors or rare variations. One of the most famous errors involving the 1943 penny is the copper 1943 penny. This is an absolute rarity because it was struck on the wrong planchet, copper instead of steel. These copper 1943 pennies are incredibly scarce and highly prized by collectors because they were basically mistakes made during a time when copper was in short supply. Finding one of these can make any collector's heart race. Besides the copper variety, collectors also look for double die errors on the 1943 steel pennies. Double die occurs when the coin is struck more than once with slight misalignment, causing the date or inscriptions to appear doubled or shadowed. These kinds of errors make each coin unique and significantly boost its value. Another interesting variation is the off-center strike, where the design is not perfectly centered on the coin. These errors add to the coin's uniqueness and rarity, making it a prized piece in any collection. So, how do you identify these errors? Use a good magnifying glass or even a microscope. Inspect the date and the word Liberty carefully for signs of doubling or shadowing. Check the mint mark closely. Denver coins have a D, San Francisco coins have an S, and Philadelphia coins typically don't have a mint mark. Also, look for unusual coloring. Steel pennies have a silver-gray tone, so if you spot a copper 1943 penny, hold on tight because you might have found a treasure. Condition plays a huge role in value too. A 1943 steel penny that is well preserved, with clear details and minimal wear, can fetch a much higher price than one that is worn or damaged. Recently, some of these rare 1943 pennies with mint marks and special errors have made headlines at auctions, fetching tens of thousands of dollars from eager collectors. The market for these coins is strong, and their historical significance combined with their rarity makes them highly desirable. Have you ever found a 1943 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a mint mark? Or maybe you've seen one with a strange error? Drop a comment below and share your experience. Your story could be the next fascinating discovery for fellow collectors. Today, we're uncovering the fascinating story behind one of the most intriguing coins in American numismatics, the United States 1-cent Lincoln Wheat Penny from 1950, specifically those with a mint mark. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just dipping your toes into the world of coins, this video will reveal why this particular penny stands out in the crowd, and why it's commanding attention, and serious money. in the collector's market right now. So, listen closely and enjoy the ride as we dive deep into the rare features, errors, and unique characteristics that make the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a mint mark such a prized possession. Let's start with the basics. The 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny was minted in an era when the United States was transitioning from the post-war boom into the modern age. This coin carries the timeless design featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse, a classic symbol of America's agricultural roots. But what makes the 1950 penny especially exciting for collectors is not just its age or design, it's the rare mint mark varieties and the peculiar errors that have turned certain specimens into true treasure troves. So, what exactly are we looking for when identifying these special 1950 pennies? First, the mint mark itself. This penny was minted in several locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D, and San Francisco, marked with an S. The mint mark is usually found just below the date on the coin's front face. Among these, the Denver and San Francisco mint marks often attract more attention because of certain anomalies and lower mintages compared to Philadelphia. One of the fascinating errors collectors hunt for on the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny is the double die error. This occurs during the minting process when the coin is struck more than once in slightly different positions. The result? Doubling of the date, letters, or other design elements, creating a visually striking coin that's rare and highly desirable. The double die error on the 1950 pennies is subtle but very collectible, especially if the doubling appears on the date or the word Liberty. Another error to keep an eye out for is the off-center strike. This is when the coin's design is not perfectly aligned with the center of the blank planchet. It results in a coin that has a portion of the design cut off. Off-center strikes can vary in severity and rarity, and the more dramatic the misalignment, the higher the value tends to be. There's also the die crack error, which manifests as raised lines or cracks on the coin's surface caused by the die breaking during the minting process. These cracks can be tiny hairline fractures or more significant lines, and some collectors prize these imperfections as unique markers of a coin's minting history. Condition is everything when it comes to coins, and the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny is no exception. A coin that's crisp, with sharp details and minimal wear, will always be more valuable than one that's been circulated heavily and shows signs of damage. Coins graded highly by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC often fetch premium prices. Recently, several auctions have brought the spotlight back to this coin, with some specimens selling for remarkable sums thanks to their rarity, error types, and pristine conditions. This shows that the 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a mint mark isn't just a nostalgic piece from the past, it's a live, breathing asset in the coin collecting world. If any of you have stumbled upon a 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a mint mark or have noticed any unusual features or errors, please share your experiences in the comments below. Your stories add to the vibrant community of collectors and may even help others identify hidden gems in their own collections. Before we wrap up, make sure to like this video if you found it interesting, subscribe for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on exciting numismatic discoveries. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the United States 1-cent Lincoln Wheat Penny from 1953, especially those with a mint mark. This coin isn't just a simple piece of copper. You're about to discover why it's a gem in the numismatic world and how it has captured the hearts and wallets of collectors everywhere. So, listen closely and enjoy as we unpack the rarity, errors, and valuable details that make the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny a prized treasure. The 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny carries the iconic design that American coin collectors have cherished for decades. The front side features Abraham Lincoln's portrait, while the back showcases two golden wheat stalks, a symbol of prosperity and growth. But what truly sets the 1953 penny apart are the specific mint marks and some rare errors that make this coin much more than just pocket change. First up, mint marks. You'll find that the 1953 penny was produced in three main mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. The pennies from Denver and San Francisco mints tend to be more sought after by collectors, mainly because of their lower mintages and the unique errors associated with those locations. Speaking of errors, one of the most exciting and valuable features you should be on the lookout for in a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny is the double die error. This fascinating minting mistake occurs when the coin is struck twice with a slight misalignment, causing a doubling effect on the date or lettering. For example, you might notice that the numbers in the year 1953 appear to be shadowed or doubled, a telltale sign of this error. Coins with clear, strong doubling are quite rare and highly coveted. Another error that can boost a 1953 penny's value is the off-center strike. Imagine a coin where the image isn't perfectly centered, part of Lincoln's face or the wheat stalks may be cut off. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin can become, especially when the off-centering is significant but the details remain crisp and clear. Then, there's the die crack error, which results from cracks developing in the minting dies. These cracks show up as raised lines on the coin's surface, making each piece with this error unique. Some collectors love these natural imperfections because they tell a story of the coin's journey through the minting process. Condition is king in coin collecting, and the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny is no different. A coin that's uncirculated, showing sharp details and no wear, commands a premium price. Grading by professional services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and preserve the coin's value, making it easier to buy or sell with confidence. Recently, there have been several notable auctions where 1953 Lincoln Wheat Pennies with mint marks and rare errors have fetched eye-catching sums, reminding us all that these humble pennies can sometimes be real treasures. This is a testament to the growing passion and keen eye of collectors who know the true worth of a rare find. If you've ever come across a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a mint mark or noticed any unusual features on your coins, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Sharing your finds and questions helps build an amazing community where we all learn and appreciate the stories behind these small but significant pieces of history. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe for more fascinating coin stories, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest rare coin discoveries. Now for the exciting part. These remarkable 1953 Lincoln Wheat Pennies with mint marks and notable errors can be worth $65,800. Thanks for watching, happy hunting, and may your coin collection continue to grow with treasures like this.